We know it's hard. Farming is a tough job. We get it. When you have to worry about being gored by a bull, making sure your animals are cared for, milked, and fed, or struggle to get everything you need done, putting a PTO shield on your equipment shouldn't be one of your struggles. When you have 800 things going on, we want this one thing to be quick and simple. The good news is, now it is. Watch us install this Bearco PTO shield in under 10 minutes. To get started, you will need a flathead screwdriver, a hacksaw, a tape measure, and some grease. You can replace the shield while the driveline is attached or by separating it from the implement. The first step in replacing your PTO shield is to remove the old, damaged shield and its bearings from your driveline. Do this for both halves. Starting with the first half, you will need to find the correct bearing from the assortment provided. The right bearing will fully close around the bearing groove, but will not be so big that it slides off. Finding the right bearing from the assortment can be tricky and time-consuming. Once you've found the correct piece, grease the bearing groove and install the bearing. Measure the first half of the driveline from the bearing groove to the end. You will then measure the first half of the shield, starting at the red levers, and use a hacksaw to cut it 3 inches shorter than the driveline. Cutting the shield shorter allows you to see the ends of the driveline once you are finished installing the shield and are putting the two halves back together. The next step is to install the shield onto the driveline. Open the levers of the shield. This might be a little bit tricky the first few times. You can use a flathead screwdriver to make it easier. Slide the driveline into the shield and lock the levers in place around the bearing. To lock the levers, apply forward pressure to the midpoint. Once you have installed the first half of the shield, you will repeat these steps for the second half of the driveline. Again, start by finding the correct bearing from the assortment. Grease the bearing groove and install the bearing. Measure the driveline and the shield, and again, cut the shield 3 inches shorter than the driveline. In some cases, like this one, you might get lucky and not need to trim the shield. You should now install the second half of the shield onto the driveline. Once that's completed, you can slide the two halves together. If you've removed the driveline from your equipment, it is now time to reattach it. If you need to perform maintenance on your driveline, simply open the levers and pull the shield back. There is no need to completely remove the shield. Once you've completed installation, check to make sure the shield is installed properly. The shield should rotate freely around the driveline, and it should not pull back from the bearings while the levers are locked. For questions about installation or ordering, please call 1-800-343-7527 or visit www.nycam.com/programs/PTO Shield for printable step-by-step instructions.